Hello Internet, my name is Hazel from Hazelnutty Games, and this is an early look at the state of Elemental Shamans in the Warlords of Draenor Alpha. This information has been corroborated with the current alpha patch notes as of the release of this video. The alpha build you will see here is numbered 18379 of patch 6.0.1. Let's start by talking about abilities that have been pruned from and taken away from this spec. Frostbrand weapon and Rockbiter weapon have both been removed, which leaves only Flametongue weapon as a weapon imbue for Elemental Shamans. As it happens, all of the weapon imbues are currently missing from the alpha build, but Flametongue weapon should be added back in when they get their little alpha ducks together. Magma Totem is now available only to Enhancement Shaman and therefore is gone from Elemental. Water Shield is now for Restoration Shaman only, so no access to that. All things considered, compared to what happened to some other classes, our overall toolbox is relatively intact. So, with only a couple of abilities gone, let's talk about major spell changes to the abilities that we do have. Earthquake. Remember Earthquake? Long cast time, cooldown, looks kinda cool, but generally a waste of time when you could be spamming Chain Lightning. Earthquake has received a relative buff of 36% damage in Warlords of Draenor. I'm not a theory crafter, and we'll see what the AoE rotation verdict turns out to be, but it is clear that Blizzard wants to make this a button that you hit again. Echo of the Elements. This is a tier 4 talent that has been a popular choice with Elemental Shamans. This is what it looks like in Mists of Pandaria. This effect of free instant spells is very similar to our Mastery, which basically has a higher chance to cause a weaker version of the same effect. This is the new Echo of the Elements. You now have a chance to get a proc which will look like this smoky on-screen effect. This proc allows you to cast Lava Burst, Frost Shock, or Earthquake without incurring a cooldown, so you can tailor your use of this proc to your situation. It's worth noting that this proc does not finish any existing cooldowns on these spells, so you will need to wait for those to finish before you cast it again. Unleash Flame is the spell that happens when you cast Unleash Elements with Flametongue weapon active. It's been changed to remove the direct damage from the spell, but increases the buff damage of your next fire spell. Flametongue weapon is currently missing from the alpha, so it's difficult to try this one out, but this may amount to enough of a buff to put it back in the rotation. Finally, the tier 6 talent Unleash Fury is a bit different in the alpha. While the old talent was just a direct buff to Unleash Elements, this new version has different wording and is a direct debuff applied to your target. It's not in the alpha note, so it's unclear if this change is here to stay. Currently, it lasts 10 seconds, buffs lightning bolts and lava bursts you cast during that time at that target, and has no cooldown. It's also off the GCD, so you can really keep this up forever. We'll see if that stays. Now that we've looked at the ability changes, let's talk about how it all comes together. This shaman that you see here was made with the pre-made level 90 template, which gives you eye level 500 gear. It's tricky to nail down a rotation because so far, starting out questing, I found that I need to use every utility and survival tool I have to stay alive. A player in Siege of Orgrimmar raid gear is going to have a much easier time at first, but starting out with less than optimal gear requires you to be both awake and looking at your screen. Gear rewards from quests seem to be spaced a bit more slowly than usual, so you can't rely on them right away. Early gear rewards are going to range from eye level 510 to about 516. Thankfully, the ability prune left most of our utility alone. Frost Shock, Capacitor Totem, Earthbind Totem, Hex, and Shamanistic Rage are all here, and you might need them. I found myself playing around with different talents to find a CC style that works for me while questing. Our overall damage feels like it's tuned a bit low compared to some other classes and specs in the alpha, but the damage tuning hasn't really happened yet, and things should balance out as Blizzard releases newer builds. It's very early still, and things could change drastically. Visually, you're still going to recognize yourself, but there's a few neat, cool new effects. Echo of the Elements procs are going to leave colored mist swirling about your feet while active. This effect looks very similar to the Elemental Blast graphic. Many of the trinkets that you're going to get while leveling will also have dramatic visual effects. And, my favorite, check out this Ghost Wolf. Just look at it! And that's what the Elemental Shaman is currently like at level 92 in the Warlords of Draenor Alpha. My name is Hazel from Hazelnutty Games, and make sure to subscribe for more content from the Draenor Alpha. Let me know what you think, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!